arriving at the goat shed.
This is Ajinder's farm in Kuala Rompin. I believe this is a former golf resort. There's a name that appears as a golf resort. Hello, we are here in Ajinder's place. I just came from Desaru on the way back to KL, so I stopped at his place. I went through Pahang, I went through Rompin. From Rompin I came to his place. Well, we're going to cover a short documentary about this farm. This is where he lives. From here I'm going to take a jog down to his farm about 5 kilometers away. And that is where he keeps his cattle and goat, and we will cover a story about all the livestock which he has been raising and the process which it takes to raise livestock. So from here I'm going to jog 5 kilometers, and from there on I'll get Ajinder to describe his portion of the story. Thank you.
Oh, from the house, taking the journey into the farm. It's approximately 6 kilometers. You can see on the left hand side, it's a plot where we plant vegetables, organic vegetables, own personal consumption. Buffaloes are the most dangerous animal in the forest. See the bird as well, following the buffalo. It's picking on the ticks, irritating the buffalo. Still on our journey in. Coming into a fish farm, bypassing a fish farm. There is some what do you call it now? Very good for keeping snakes at bay. The fish pond. Continuing, now we're coming out of the fish pond and into the part or the lot where our project starts. But we start at the far end. This is the beginning of the lot. The whole lot is about 1,475 acres. Yeah. It's a very different kind of forest. It's a sand-based rainforest. You can see it's white sand, like beach sand. Not too much of undergrowth. So we're still going in. We've done so far 1 kilometer. Yeah, we're still going in. You can see this part of the forest was actually logged during the 70s, so it's hard to regrow because it's a sand-based raised forest. And things are very porous here. Even water that I think goes downstream immediately, and it's very hard for the forest to take shape. Yeah, still. Arriving at goat shed. Excuse me. Goat shed and cattle project.
Okay.
And this place is actually called Mampuun.
Okay. Ajinder, can you just explain from how do we get to this place from, let's say, from KL?
Oh, from KL we have to come. The easiest route will be via Seremban, Kuala Pilah,
Okay.
Batu Kike. You cut through the Kratung estates, and then you arrive at Muazzam Shah and all the way down to the coast.
All right.
From
Okay.
Muazzam Shah.
All right. So now can you describe the name of this place?
Okay. This district here is called Sabak.
All right.
Sabak. And this place where we started this project is called Mampuun. As you can see, there's a kampung lot there. So during the Japanese occupation, they ran in here to hide.
Okay.
So early 80s, the government invited them out and gave them lots outside, and these lots belong to them still. So the name of this kampung is called Mampuun. So we derived this project from this kampung called Mampuun, and the district of this place called Sabak, and hence you have Sabak Mampuun. Right.
So these are about 28 lots you were saying?
Yeah, there are about 28 lots, about 3+ acre lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it's beside the river.
All right.
So right at the back, the house is actually the river. So we're engulfed by the river. The river comes all the way from there, goes up, and it comes back down.
All right.
So this fencing is river to river.
All right. Okay. What is the size of your
okay, this
farm?
lot here for the first phase of the project is 300 acres.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. And this is 300 acres that we fenced up river to river. The next phase is another 300 acres.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you describe to me the kind of livestock you have?
This is the goat shed. In Malaysia, because of the humidity level, the goats have to be raised. And this whole goat shed is made of all recycled products and thrown away products.
Well, it came from the bridge structure here, I believe the span piles.
Yes. Exactly, sir.
And the timber
This
came
left,
from.
and we picked up this leftover structures and built a goat shed out of it.
Alright.
Yeah, and a bit extensively done, but the shed is done in such a way for us to actually store our feed and also accommodate the workers to stay, like workers' living quarters.
Can you describe your friend from Germany, that guy who built this structure?
Stefan.
Yeah. Could you tell me a little bit about him?
He's a robotics engineer, and he runs a company called FTech Engineering, which they do robotics, and he helped me build this thing because he came to Malaysia to find wood to build a yacht, sail around the world, and while finding the wood, he parted some of the skills of building with me, and this is what we did.
Well, tell me what he said when he saw you doing it.
He said it's bad, you know.
Well, it's just that good name for what?
Yeah. He said actually he can't stand seeing it, like it's a bad name for engineering lah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the words.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's when he took over and he started building this whole shed.
Alright, okay. So I'm going to swing across just to get a view of the whole structure. So the distance, open land for grazing of cattle, and far away is a dense jungle.
मेरा नाम हैगा जी लाजर मसीह
Okay.
वैसे
है किथों जलंधर तो है ਤੁਸੀਂ?
मैं ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਜਲੰਧਰ ਦੇ ਆ
ਹਾਂ
ਤੇ ਵੈਸੇ ਮੈਂ ਸਨ 80 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਕਾਨ ਕੋਲ ਨੂੰ ਆਣਾ ਮੈਂ ਵੈਸੇ ਹੈਗਾ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਆ ਸੁਲਤਾਨਪੁਰ ਬੇਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਕਪੂਰਥਲੇ ਚ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਉਹਦੇ ਲਾਗੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੁਰਗਾਪੁਰ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਆ ਪਿੰਡੂ ਆਦਮੀ ਆ ਦੇਸੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਸਨ 81 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਲੰਧਰ ਮਕਾਨ ਬਣਾ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ ਇਹ ਔਰ ਜਲੰਧਰ ਵੀ ਰਿਹਾਇਸ਼ ਰੱਖੀ ਆ ਪਿੰਡ ਵੀ ਰੱਖੀ ਆ ਪਿੰਡ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਖੇਤੀ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ
ਓਕੇ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਸੋ ਹੁਣ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੁਝ ਜਾਨਵਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੰਭਾਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਾੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਦੱਸੋ
ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੱਠਾ ਬੀਜ ਦਾ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ
ਹਾਂ
ਇੱਥੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਜਾਨਵਰ ਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਖਾਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਫੀਡ ਪਾਈਦੀ ਆ
ਹਾਂ
ਬਾਕੀ ਖਾਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆ ਜੰਗਲ ਪੱਧਰਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਘਾਹ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਰਾ ਦਿਨ ਚੁਗਣ ਲਈ ਛੱਡ ਛੜੀ ਤੇ
ਓਕੇ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਜਾਨਵਰ ਰੱਖੇ ਆ ਇੱਥੇ
ਜਾਨਵਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਬਸ ਗਾਈਆਂ ਆ ਔਰ ਬੱਕਰੀਆਂ
ਓਕੇ
ਬੱਕਰੀਆਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਪੱਤਾ ਖਾ ਲੈਂਦੀਆਂ
ਓਕੇ
ਔਰ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਫੀਡ ਪਾ ਦੀ ਥੋੜਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਦੇਖਭਾਲ ਰੱਖੀ ਦੀ ਆ ਜੰਗਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਸ ਫੁਸ ਨਾ ਜਾਣ
ਓਕੇ ਚੰਗਾ ਜੀ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ Explain to me about the goats here, the kind of goats we have.
The goats that we are breeding here are actually a mixture of females of Jamnapari. They are originally from India. And Anglo-Nubian. Anglo-Nubian was actually the goats that were brought by the British when they came to Asia, and they crossed this goat breed, and they have dual ability for milk and also for meat. And Boers and local Malaysian goats.
All right. So the Boers are from where?
The Boers are from South Africa.
All right.
Jamnaparis are from India.
India.
And the Jameshas are somewhere from the Middle East.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, how do you segregate? I noticed that you have segregated
Yeah,
the males, females.
So what we have here in the middle are actually the mothers.
Okay.
Yeah, who are now actually reconditioning themselves for the next delivery.
All right.
So we have separated their babies from them, and now they're reconditioning themselves to come into the next bird. So they are kept here because we cannot put them in too tight a space to start hitting each other.
All right.
So you have more injuries than
Okay. Can we move? Okay. So these are the what?
males.
Males. Okay.
Yeah.
They are what, babies?
Yes, sir. They are 3 months to 6 months old.
All right. All right. Okay.
Hornless, without horns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we put them in one place because it's difficult to put them with mothers who have horns.
Okay.
When they fight, these ones without horns get injured.
But there's one there with a horn.
That's the male.
Oh,
He's
okay.
jumped in to smell any females on heat.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here are all young female virgins.
Okay.
Who's not got pregnant, will get pregnant this year.
Okay.
And they are the first offsprings that actually are born here. Yeah, so as you can see, the difference between the mothers and the offsprings are more how do you say, acclimatized to this terrain already.
Correct.
So they are doing very much better compared to the mothers.
Okay.
Yeah, but nevertheless, the mothers are still also reproducing, and this, because they were somewhere else and they're quite adult already. So for an adult to accommodate itself it is more difficult
Okay.
than for a young one to accommodate itself. And they are all born here. And so we have a cross of Boer, Jamnapari, and Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the cross. So we are not specifically going into one particular breed. We actually select our males based on overall look,
Okay.
ability, posture, and strength.
All right.
Yeah, so that's how we assess our males
Okay.
to get better offspring. So not necessarily that we're going for one spec, and on top of it we are 100% herbal and organic, because we do not plant specialized grass. The goats are left to forage, the forest themselves. Yeah, so that's why we are safe to say that we are 100% organic.
Yeah. So you're saying that they are left to graze openly. I believe
sir.
there are a lot of advantages to that.
Yeah, because what happens is they have a variation of leaves. Goats are actually browsers, not grazers, sorry.
Yeah.
So what happens is they eat a variation of leaves, and in this variation of leaves there are different variations of mineral and composites and all that, which makes them even better and stronger, and the taste of meat is nicer.
Okay.
You actually have a real taste of meat. And what else? Yeah, and on top of it, because they are openly grazing, and their fertilizer is even better, because it's got particles of all these variations of minerals of different leaves and different grass and all that. So that makes the fertilizer, when you run them organically, more potent than those who just kept inside their goat shed and fed, cut and fed. Yeah. So what we do is to ensure that the most amount of fertilizer is dropped here in the goat shed, so that we can collect it. That's why we let the goats go in a very minimal time. They are left to go and graze at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, sometimes 12, and they come back by 5.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so then we lock them up the whole day, so we want them to shit everything out
Okay,
here.
all right.
So that's how we get to collect the.
And I believe that's the reason why we have spacings between these timber strips,
Yes, sir.
is to allow their droppings to go down.
Go down, sir. And
Yeah.
it's easier for us to collect it as well.
Yeah. Okay. For these 3 males which
Okay,
we
these are
have.
the 3 males that we're using. This one here is a Jamaica.
Okay. Jamaica is from?
Specifically, I think somewhere in the middle, more mountainous goat.
Okay.
Yeah, and very strong. Not the smallest. Very round backside that gives you the most amount of meat ratio, and very strong. That's a Jamna Paring, very big carcass value, but
so
not much meat value.
Okay, so this is from India.
Yeah, they are from India. There's a lot of carcass value, and the next one is the Boer.
Okay.
So the Boer is very rounded,
Okay.
but it's not a very good breed in these climatic conditions because of the humidity level. But yeah, Boers are perfect because they round themselves up. They're naturally round, so they have a lot of meat and all that. So that's why the government of Malaysia is encouraging Boer to be bred, because when they cut it up, they get a lot of meat.
Yeah. Sorry, Boers are from?
South Africa.
South Africa. Okay, Boers. Could you describe that
This thing is
brown
called
prey?
mineral block. Called mineral block. It's to replenish the electrolytes, because they are walking every day, and and also pass minerals and keep the electrolytes in balance, mostly.
All right.
Cattle shed. Yeah.
Cattle shed. Okay.
So the cattle shed is run into 2 programs. One is a feedlot, where this part of it is a feedlot. So what happens is they bring cows, male cows especially, and we fatten them up here for about 100 days,
Okay.
and then we dispose them off.
All right.
On the other side, we have a breeding stock,
All right. Okay.
which we are breeding a spec from Brazil. Actually, it's called the Nelo,
Uh-huh.
and horse-like cows, which are able to move in the swamp,
Oh, okay.
which is what we need in Malaysia, because as you can see, the cattle in Malaysia is not doing very well, but the buffaloes are. So because they are able to move into the swamp, you find more higher protein grasses in the water or nearer to the water than just on land. So this, and the ratio of conversion of feed to meat, the Nello is probably the best converter. You know, that means you can take very low yielding grass, low energy grass, and you can still convert that into energy for itself.
Sorry, that mallow, where is it from?
Nello is actually spelled with a Nalore, but actually it's originally from a town called Nallore in Andhra Pradesh.
Oh, from India.
Yeah, so during the Portuguese reign in India, they took this Nellos and moved it to Brazil. Yeah, which they have adapted in the Pantanal very well. The Pantanal is a swampland. Yeah, so and seeing this, then I thought, okay, probably it'll be a good place because everything from Brazil does well in Malaysia, almost the same climatic conditions. And we have the rubber tree coming from Brazil, and I think the palm oil as well.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, so as you can see, these two main crops are doing very well in Malaysia. So is the Nello actually. Since it came, it's adapting faster than any other bull that you bring from overseas.
Okay.
Yeah. And the good thing is also a Bos Indicus. That means it's a cattle with sweat glands. So we actually don't have anything to worry about. And it comes from Brazil. So they are also on the equator, or probably 10 degrees south of the equator. We are 10 degrees north of the equator.
All right. Now I've noticed there is some cow dung left behind.
Yeah. So what we do with the dung, actually the main thing we want to build a methane chamber.
Okay.
But as temporary we have not got into that. So what we do is we clean the dung, we put it like a pile up like that, and we close it with the plastic.
Okay.
You know, for it to compost faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after this we clear the place, we disinfect this place, and then we bring in a new batch of feedlot cows.
Well, how do you address the water problem on this farm?
Okay. We have dug about 5 bore wells.
Okay, tube wells.
Yeah, tube wells. And they're about 20 feet, the first water table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we have sent the water to check. It's okay, and there's nothing upstream. There's no industries upstream. The only industry that is upstream that is probably laying anything to the river or polluting the water level would be the palm oil mills.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not so sure how much can that pollute the water, because palm oil is also very natural stuff unless they use some other chemical. But the water condition is good, perfect. Sent it for sample and testing. Yeah, it's drinkable even for human beings.
All right. Now the surrounding, I notice, is dense jungle. What kind of?
Yeah. So you see, the thing is, we made a mistake. We didn't realize how this place was, and after some years now, I realized it's a sand-based forest.
Okay.
So as you can see,
It's all sandy.
yeah, very
based.
whitish sand, and the trees here are not. They don't grow. How do you say that? Roots that go deep.
Deep, yes,
They
yes.
don't. They
They spread
They are spread
literally.
So what happened is, when we cleared this part, we kept trees to give shade so that the grass would grow, and then we realized when the wind came, it blew down all the trees.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have to be compacted.
Okay.
That's how the sand-based rainforest lives lah. I mean, both are supporting each other. Yeah, so you cannot. So that's why we stopped opening more forests. Yeah,
okay.
because we don't know how and the best way to preserve this thing.
Okay.
So until we understand it further, then we'll proceed.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've done an experiment on my own and separating the trees
Okay.
also, but this time nearer compared to the last time when we did. So that model is proving to be better. In fact, yeah, it's, so far nothing has collapsed lah. No trees have collapsed.
About a little bit about your security. How do you secure the animals from animals and other perpetrators and
Yeah,
all?
so now I bring the animals all back into the shed every day, every night. All the cows, all the goats and all that, just to avoid the thefts. So what happens is, because we have a river running along, so you have these people coming via the river.
Okay.
And what they do is they catch the animal and immediately they slaughter it. And they take the meat to sell it. Yeah, so so to avoid all that, now we bring all the cattle back every day and they are placed in the shed
Okay.
for better security
Yeah.
purposes lah.
But I noticed you also have a number of dogs and a poodle
Yeah.
that follows you everywhere
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, because
Perhaps this also adds to your security?
yes, sir, because of the dangers of snakes and wild boar and buffaloes especially.
Yeah.
The most dangerous animal in the forest is the buffalo.
Okay.
Yeah, so I took a photograph of the buffaloes for you just now.
Okay.
Yeah, we found
Well,
some.
while I was running, I've noticed a transmission cable cutting across your development. Is there a possibility that you could be getting power to this
Yeah, I need
development?
a step down or a step up from there. I'm not so sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so the thing is, this electrical supply to Rompin is a dead end. It's not connected to the grid.
Okay.
Yeah, so it comes and it ends up in Tanjung Gemok, just at the border of Johor.
Okay.
Yeah, so you and they're supposed to upgrade the grid here and connect it. That's not done. So we're seeing how we can work with the TNB to get something out of them.
Okay. So what are your future plans to expand further, to bring in more livestock?
Actually, to further up the livestock, especially cattle, we're putting in a round figure of 50 breeding females. Why we want it to be smaller, it's easier to manage, and as you can see, we don't want to open some more of the forest because cattle are actually grazers and they do not want to go into the forest. Yeah, it's difficult for them to adapt in the forest. Yeah, but they don't mind going to the swamps and all that. So you don't have to actually level the terrain. You can leave the terrain as it is because of the natural irrigation, and the cows can eat like that. But to open more part of the forest, we cannot afford it because, like I told you, the sand. Yeah, so and the trees will collapse. So now the decision is to move deers into the forest because it's a natural habitat.
Okay.
And what we hope the deers will do for us is actually clear the undergrowth.
Okay.
Yeah, to clear so we can actually walk through the forest. So now we cannot walk through the forest because of the undergrowth. So once the deer clears the undergrowth and it's visible, and we don't have to chop any trees down, we think we should have more, or the forest will be more, how do you say it, yeah, if we start fertilizing the forest, probably the trees will go even bigger or higher. And then probably what will happen if once the trees go higher and they become stronger, they might kill one another, and if one tree goes down, then probably we'll have more sunlight coming to the ground and more grass growing.
Okay.
That's when probably we could send in the cows or something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we'll now go back towards your house.
Okay.
And along
You
there
want to see the river?
Yes.
Come.
River.
Yeah, now this is the river.
Okay.
This is Kuala Rompin.
Uh-huh.
And this part is, you consider it fresh already, not brackish anymore.
Okay.
So if you had gone to the other side of the land, the water is still brackish.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is fresh water. And it's a huge river, I don't know, 100 meters mostly?
No, about 50 meters.
Okay, about 50 meters long. And in this river, you find crocodiles,
Oh,
which
is
we
that
have
right?
caught.
Okay.
Yeah, and you get the ikan tapa. I'm not so sure what they call it in English. Arapama. It's the biggest freshwater fish in the world.
Okay. When you say crocodiles, how big are these crocs?
You would believe it or not, the crocodiles are smaller than the Arapama.
Small crocs.
Yeah, the crocodiles are smaller than the Arapama.
I'm sure they grow over time, right?
No, you see, the thing is, you don't see the crocodiles much on land. They go under the burrows underneath here.
Okay.
So they go and sit down under the burrows. So they're very small. The one we caught as well was so big. So I suppose they grow probably about 6 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not so big crocodiles like you find them in Sabah, Sarawak.
All right. Oh, you mean that's the maximum height they grow, huh?
So far, what I've seen lah. But
Okay.
of course, we have heard stories of crocodiles being gigantic and all that,
All right.
So we can't vouch for the story.
Okay.
But I can vouch for the ikan tapa.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a humongous fish. So they have photographs in town as well about the fish. People have caught it, so weighing about almost 200 kilos, 300 kilos
Okay.
of fish. So this fish is known to, actually what it does is it comes down nearby and it spits water into the tree. If you see the monkey, to make it fall into the water and then eat it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're saying that it eat monkeys?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, is that right?
yeah.
Fishes eating monkey. That's, I would say, extraordinary.
And you get the arowana, but that's further upstream now.
All right. What about any possibility of having ecotourism in this park or this farm of yours?
That's what we wanted to do, Masadi. But as you can hear now, we can hear the road already. Last time we could not hear, it was very pristine. So what has happened is, all sides of us, they have cut off their forest and planted palm oil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why you see the surplus of some animals in our place. Yeah, and to run an agro-tourism already now it defeats plan because of the sound and people want it to be pristine and all that. But nevertheless, of course, we plan to have an agro resort lah, like a farm house resort, more of not so much of a pristine hotel in the jungle or what.
Okay.
Yeah, that is out of the picture already now. Now we're just going to build a nice, beautiful farmhouse, a big bungalow like a farmhouse, And people who come to the farm, they can stay in the farmhouse, they can eat farm fresh food, and you know, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that cattle we missed out, where you were saying that when you were about to sell a cattle, the emotions of cattle.
Yeah, animals, yeah, of course, they are very. First and foremost, all the cows and all the goats have got a different face like how we humans have. So you can actually recognize the cow. That's one. So only if you pay enough attention to the cow, you would know that they actually have a character in their face. Yeah, and there's a bonding. The cow knows who its master is and who is who. So, and by the sound of voice, the way you walk, the smell, so the cows know who is its master. So at the time when we want to sell the cow knows it. He just knows, and he starts to cry, yeah, so it starts to cry, don't sell me, you know. Yeah, but you know, sometimes it refuses to move. You have to push it up, you know, it just sits down, doesn't want to leave. You know, so these are emotions that we really never thought that these animals have.
Yeah, you're also mentioning there are tears in their eyes?
Yes, Masri, they actually tear.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually cry. Yeah, so I've seen that in my own eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about, you're also saying that they get angry where they kick you?
Yeah, some of them get angry, and when we have put them up the lorry, they try to kick me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not necessarily hits me, but you know the sense when I'm there, the lorry, they just kick.
Okay, so there's a sign of anger to show that, you know, they're angry with you, that you are selling them away.
Yeah.
All right.
So, very mammals lah, Masudi, they're really mammals lah. They want to. The bonding is very. This thing lah. They're not reptilians. They're really mammals lah. We want to. You know, they do meet. They have an offspring, and they want to keep it together as a family. Yeah. That's what the cows are lah, Masudi.
You want to tell about your extraordinary story of the elephant coming here and giving birth?
Yeah, and somewhere around last year, we had the elephant. A herd of elephant actually came here, escorted this mother elephant, and she gave birth at the cattle shed. And my cattle could not go out for about 2 days because she was right in front of the cattle shed. I suppose she came to deliver here because she found it more safe compared to the other places lah, because they have removed the forest and they planted palm oil. And because it's their natural terrain and they're coming to eat this thing and they don't find their food, so they start eating the palm oil, the villagers start shooting them. Yeah, so this is a very, very different or difficult thing to solve because of the mindset of the people here.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, really very hard to make them understand. Even if you can make them understand, I think they in their minds cannot comprehend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't have the ability to understand that thing. So we do not know how long that will take.
So how long did the mother and calf stay here, the elephant?
3 months.
3 months, okay.
Yeah, so they moved into the forest and they stayed there. So daily she would signal to me that she's here. Yeah, so after 3 months, I knew that she left. Yeah, because she sent telltale signs that she has left. Okay. So she shed near the goat shed, and the way she shed was showing that she's leaving. Okay. Yeah, probably that's the way of communication now.
Alright. Well, I also noticed some, as I was running into this place, I noticed some footprints of horses. Do you have any horses here?
No, actually cows.
Oh, that's sorry, footprint of cows. Okay.
And wild buffaloes.
Alright, alright.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any intrusion of wild animals like wild boar, tigers here?
Oh, yeah, tigers no more, because I suppose they fetch a good price. Wild boars, yeah, plenty. Plenty, okay. Plenty of wild boars, plenty of monkeys. You find tapes, you find the porcupines, and you find these kanchils, mouse deers. Plenty of mouse deers here actually. Okay. So you've got to be very sharp. What they do is, sometimes they will sit down on the tree, because the mouse deers have got a very good sense of smell. So they sit on the tree and they sit against the wind, and they wait for sun and then they shoot it. Okay. Yeah. Because it's very fast. The kanchils are too fast. Yeah, even the dogs cannot catch it. All right. Yeah, they're very, very, very fast.